Hi friends, I am Udalok Chatterjee and back with yet another video. Today I would be talking about Jubilant Foodworks. It is in the food tech industry specifically. Food tech industry is a very growth prospective industry. An industry which has a lot of expansion plans, but of course it comes with a lot of hindrances and challenges. So number one, I would be talking about the food tech industry at large. Number two, I would be talking about the growth and challenges in this industry. Number three, I would be going a little bit in depth into Jubilant Foodworks, the stock analysis as to how it can grow and what are the things that you should see as an investor or a trader if you go into Jubilant Foodworks for the short to long term. Of course, investing is on your part. Whether you want to buy or sell the stock is entirely your decision. I would be just analyzing the stock. Coming to the industry, food tech industry is a growth prospective industry. Now, there are three main pillars or umbrellas in which the industry rests. Number one is the traditional restaurants. We call it the franchisee business. Say a restaurant like Barbecue Nation, or a restaurant or a chain or brand like Paradise, the famous Hyderabad Paradise Biryani. These restaurants are now renting out or giving out franchisee agreements. So what happens? The quality remains same. There is a brand recall. People say, okay, this is Barbecue Nation, we'll visit its store. Wherever it opens up, it is a huge growth story. They are having a very huge potential of growth, and the growth are in absolute terms, that is, they have been realized in profits, in figures, as we have seen over the years. Now, coming to our main topic, Barbecue Nation or say Hyderabadi Paradise Biryani, these come under the traditional restaurants category. There is number two segment, which is the quick service restaurants. What are these quick service restaurants or QSRs? QSRs are the local players who give food at lower prices. For example, Wow Momo has come up with a new brand called Wow China. They are giving Chinese at a very subsidized cost. So major or big brands, like even in Kolkata perspective, like Hatari or say Chowman, they can't compete because the competition is on the price as well as on the quality. They are not compromising with the quality. They are giving equivalent quality at a much lower rate. So the number two is the QSRs. Third important pillar of the food tech industry is the very important logistic channel. For example, Zomato and Swiggy, who charges you a commission, but the delivery is within 10 minutes to 15 minutes. To a lot of people who are in the service or the business background, don't have the time of visiting the restaurants or physically going to the stores, can order food and they take the delivery back at home. And so this is a very major channel where the food tech industry is growing, and it is growing at a very massive rate. So the number four pillar is equally important, and that is the average disposable income as per research of Indians is growing from $2,000 to $4,000. If the average income increases, the disposable income also increases. Disposable income means how much money you have in the pocket and you are willing to spend. And people will spend on FMCG products, people will spend on food items. So this is also a huge incentive to the growth of the food tech industry. But it doesn't mean that food tech industry comes only at a free cost and it is a huge monopoly and growth prospective industry. It is not that. There is huge competition and there are a lot of hindrances which prevent growth of subsequent players in this industry. The major challenge of the food tech industry is that though the industry size is growing, people will be more willing to buy products, the sales will increase as per se for the companies, that there will be a lot of local players. So there is a huge competition in this industry, number one. And number two, the companies with good brands will survive. For example, Zomato, for example, McDonald's, where you have a brand recall and there is an umbrella based marketing, those companies in this specific industry will survive and grow. Coming to our specific company which we are dealing in this industry segment, that is Jubilant Foodworks, there are a few growth as well as negative or disadvantages that the company is facing, which investors should look at before investing. Number one, coming to the disadvantages of the company, it is a non-umbrella based. How many people know that the master franchisee of Domino's is taken by Jubilant Foodworks in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, Sri Lanka and Bhutan? People don't know that. And 70% of the total business volume of Jubilant Foodworks is dominated by Domino's. The other brands are Dunkin' Donuts, which is the cookies segment, Number three, the third segment, principal segment is Popeyes, and they are coming into India. They are a competitor of KFC. They cater to the fried chicken category. They also have the Hong's Kitchen, but that is a very minute market share. Problem with this company is that they have a non-umbrella based marketing. There is no brand recall. As a result, you have a lot of marketing expense as a percentage of sales. You have to tell people that we cater to Domino's. Okay, people know Domino's by its brand, but they don't know Jubilant Foodworks. So this is a major problem. Coming to the financials, the company has taken a lot of debt, and we don't like a company which takes debt, except say in the real estate sector, India Bulls Housing Finance has taken debt, and we know how good a company that is by the financial ratios, by the management quality. Coming to the management quality also, the company has a lot of issues. Number one, the CEO has resigned, and we don't know the reason why CEO has resigned, and people have serious doubt about the management quality. These are a couple of things which goes against them. But the positive part is that though again the market share of pizzas has shrunken from 77% to 70%, say Domino's, they have a huge penetration and they have both channel presence. For example, omnipresence. They are present in the logistics segment, as well as they have physical stores where people go and buy. And in the logistics channel, they are doing a lot of online marketing. Though we doubt whether their artificial intelligence predictive models are better than Zomato or Swiggy, they are catering to a lot of customers and they are coming with very good solutions and products. They would be launching Popeyes, and it would be very interesting to see how it grows, because it is the first competitor and major threat to KFC. If it can be on the price and quality, they can compete. There are these major issues, and though the food tech industry is growing, I told you about the growth and of course advantages and disadvantages, growth as well as the negative consequences that the companies face, specifically Jubilant Foodworks will face. And I will just summarize whatever I told. Number one, food tech industry is growing as average disposable income of Indians are growing. Number two, we have brands, specific traditional restaurants, and we also have QSR, those small local delivery, and they are present both in the physical store format as well as they're delivering via Zomato, Swiggy, or we have specific delivery apps. So they are giving you their food in time and they are giving you at home. Now we know Domino's, we don't know Jubilant Foodworks by its name. So there is no brand recall. There are a lot of marketing expense. The management quality is suffering because the CEO has resigned. So even after all these challenges and after knowing that the company has taken a lot of debt, many people are interested because the stock has fallen from 40% from its original place. It is trading at around 2780 rupees, and it has made a good base in the technicals. It has growth prospects as the food tech industry is growing. It has the Popeyes segment which is coming into India, and that is a major threat to KFC, major competitor to KFC. So we have a lot of growth prospects. However, there are hindrances. Investors can choose buy and the stock after doing a subsequent research, and those who are holding it may hold it, but they can also do their own research. If you like the video, please like and subscribe to my channel. And for making video on Zomato, if you guys want me to make video on Zomato, McDonald's or other stocks, you can give your comments in the comment section. Thank you.